This is what you copied off, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's gonna get buried. Because that's a long form. That's 10 pages.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we had both.
and
Like, I think I
Crown
printed
Castle
off
said we
the,
didn't need the long form.
I printed off the short one too.
Yeah, yeah, that's one, yeah. Okay, I guess going forward now, is there anything else? The building has become a interesting project. Town hall, it's come to our attention that the existing house is probably not redoable, because by the time you put it up to engineer's approval, the basement, the floor support, the walls, and if you spend more than 50% of what the assessed value of the house is, you've got to put the whole house up to current building specs, which is a total upstairs, which we don't intend on using, but that would have to be all put up to standard. So we've got, right now there's three, I don't know, options, well, three options actually. Right. Redo the house, and then another option is redo some of the house and build a courtroom on the house, right? And the third option is take the house down and put a, I think we've decided on like a 2,200 square foot building for court, town clerk, assessor's office, code enforcement. We'll have at least an office for the village clerk and village mayor to share, where hopefully one office will do it. Of course, bathroom, there's mechanical rooms, and you know, but they're doing some, originally they were talking 40 by 60, something like that, you know, and then we took down 24, 22 or 24.
460.
Okay, 2460. That's
I
where
think
40 by 60 makes more than 2200, so I guess, so 2400. And that would make room for like the village to have an office and stuff in it too, and such. We threw at them that maybe if they had it set up on the lot so the entrance door was facing the adjoining lot, not facing Main Street, on the side, you know, which I'd rather see the main entrance facing, because you have less, you know, more open, I guess, you know. So they were going to do some changing of the figures, have about the same footage, but maybe 44 by 56 or something, you know. So it's, but have it facing Main Street, the main entrance, let's say into the courtroom, is where you know, be mainly going, and then, you know, spreading out to the sides.
Which left us with two concerns, making sure there's enough room to get around the building on both sides.
Yep. To get around
And if there ever needed to be an addition, how that would be approached.
Yes. So, you know, the stupid figures, you know, at $250, $300 a square foot, you can do that math. It just is baffling. I've got a meeting with the bank on Monday just to see what their ideas are, what their rates are, what their, you know, if they're interested or not or whatever. Then I've got a meeting with Senator Metzer. Actually she took over John Bonasek's office. I got a meeting with her on the 13th at 10 o'clock in Delhi, and I got my wife got an email from Delgado. It's Representative Delgado. He won't be available this coming week, but in a couple weeks, he'd like to meet with the town to see if he could help with our funding. So, maybe things are falling together, I don't know, a lot more running around and but we've had two other, we didn't, there's been another parcel that's been, probably rumor has it, and everybody's probably heard the rumor about Dollar General possibly coming to town. And so I called Ed Cruiser about it. That's his property that they're proposing. Somebody's interested in it. And he would like the town to give him an offer, counter offer. But he wouldn't give me any idea what they are offering him. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad site, right adjoining to the town property, a couple acres right there, you put, maybe a little parking on the existing town property, but exit, on the driveways they're already there, and it might be something that would work out, but he thinks he's got gold, and maybe he does, because most of that land is, he's talking 400 feet deep and 600 foot of road frontage, which goes from the town to Hallquist. And most of that swamp. So I don't think it's buildable. But he says, you can divert the water on the bank and they can be building sites. I said, okay. Because if the town was looking at it, I wouldn't, I'd like to do.
Too. It's got to pass the perk test.
Well, the perk test, and it's terrible to say, the perk test doesn't count anymore. It's a deep test pit. Perk test to get you started, but deep test pit tells you what you got to do. And, if the town was interested, it's 600 feet of road frontage and 400 feet deep, which figures out about 5.5 acres, something to that effect. If you're gonna, but, is the town interested in putting what do people think? I think a lot of people have probably heard rumor of what's going on, and
Was Rudy
he
at
was
all?
200,000.
No.
That included the house, though.
No.
Which,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I just thought it was a.
I did.
We
get a hold of
discussed it
Rudy.
earlier when we started on this whole thing.
Yep, and I called him, and he didn't, but he said, he'd probably part with it for 200,000. I thought, wouldn't you want to keep the house, please? But that's only a 1.7 acre parcel.
It's not a lot there.
What's that?
You're in floodplain too.
Yeah, the
very
back
back
of
of
it,
it,
right?
yeah.
As I remember, there was 6 feet, the back half of that building got into it, right?
Was it 06 or was it the last one where it ran over the top?
That was
06,
06.
that was 06,
06.
okay. Jeez, how time flies, we're having fun. But,
Because that
Okay.
side towards the school, that was all underwater.
Right.
Right,
Back up.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. So that's the three, sites, and, I don't know if the town wants to make an offer or whatever on, cruisers. I don't know how we go.
He gave you no ballpark
He
figure
gave me nothing,
whatsoever.
nothing. He didn't tell me anything. I said, he said, I got a contract in hand. I said, well, have you got a ballpark that we're talking about? Oh, I'd rather not say. So,
I can tell you what he offered to me for. He offered to me for 130,000.
for 2 acres, less than 2 acres.
Well, that was for 4.
Oh, that was for
He
the,
would sell me, just under 5 acres. But what he's offering Family Dollar is
200 by
200
400.
by 400.
And he wanted how much, Chris?
130.
Wow.
Didn't know land in Franklin was worth that kind of money.
And there's nothing there, right?
Well, he started out at 40,000.
But there's nothing there, right,
No.
Chris? I mean, there's no power, there's nothing there,
No, it's a
right?
swamp.
We're a vacant lot, you're right, yeah, we're swamp.
Yeah, there's power adjacent. You just put that line in.
Right.
It's so wet that I wanted to put a pond in.
Well, that's what swampland is what it is, most of it.
That's-
So it started out at 40,
40, yeah.
Yeah.
and it's,
And then
Dramatically
every time I
climbed.
spoke with him, it went up about 10,000.
Inflation.
Yeah, I wanted to quit talking to him because
Yeah.
and then the last one was
130.
which is clearly what they're offering, I would assume.
But they're only trying to buy
The good part.
the
2 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. So is the town interested or not? I guess I gotta put it up to you.
I think that puts us a little
I think it,
over the
you know,
ballpark.
Something.
At that price, we're further ahead to spend the water control
The
and
town
put it
owns
up on
land
our
that
already
they could put it
existing
on
property. You know,
cheaper.
we'd be way money ahead at that.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll keep going forward then. I think that's all I've got to bring. We'll open it up to interested people, taxpayers, anybody. Voice your opinion. Anybody got anything to come before the board? But I'd like to ask something, whether I can or not, I'm not sure. How'd the grievance day go?
It was fine. No complaints, but nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up? Wow.
There was no,
Good, that's, I'd say that went great. One's in court though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That one's still there.
Yeah, well, thank you, Pete. Good, good.
Mark, what is it, that road counter thing, that vehicle counter up on East Hanson Brook? What's the, obviously, I would imagine it's to count cars or?
I haven't seen it.
The county puts it up by the bridge.
Okay. Is it-
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So that's
It's
just,
a county bridge, so they keep track of traffic on their bridges.
okay.
They've got a few of them around town.
They usually inform me, but they didn't this time.
Ah.
Usually they'll,
Let you-
just so we don't drag them down the road with a grader or something. Yeah, any of their bridges, which, anything over a 20-foot span is a bridge, so it's theirs. So they're
Oh,
just,
is that the one right below, for High Street or what, Hill Street? Is that the?
Franklin Heights.
Franklin Heights?
Franklin Heights is one up by his place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just about everything you,
By Lisa
Okay,
Post.
so,
Lisa
Lisa
Post.
Post is good?
That's a real big one.
Oh,
yep,
Yeah.
they
you
got
got Chamberlain
replaced.
Hill and you got
Chamberlain, Jackson.
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 Blue School.
Pomeroy Road.
Pomeroy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that one, up as a bridge, it was just over. He tried to get them all over, but
Right.
Wayne wouldn't let me do that.
Yes, Dave?
I'm just gonna comment, Mark, you guys did a nice job on this side of Case Hill, on the
Thank
gravel,
you.
it's nice and smooth.
Turned out nice. We got a little bit of loose stone, but we're gonna
Well, that's.
We're gonna
be
take care of that
expected,
tomorrow.
But it's nice, you did a nice job.
Yeah, back those two bridges on each end
Okay.
are counties too.
Okay, yep. Okay. Pete, you're looking.
Yeah, I have some new thing, something
Okay.
happened 4 years ago.
Okay.
There's a $2,000 reward for a brutal murder of the lamb, June of 2015. Anybody with any information, call the police. Please direct all calls to the Sydney, New York State Police, 607-561-7489.
Okay. I didn't realize it was still open or hadn't been figured out. That.
Well, there was rumors, the reporters, that I would have done it myself, so I have to clear my name also. And that was the Walton reporter. Then Joe Mahoney was on the too, that he heard something.
Rumors do fly, there's no doubt about it. And they're always kind of dirty rumors, so they're the ones that get traction and run like hell. But, okay.
On the cemetery
Yes.
sidewalk, funds have came in for both funds, and right now for the sidewalk end of it, I think it's at $600. My sisters and my mother are discussing organizing a bake sale for the end of June at the bank. as a fundraiser. I spoke with Darren, and he's agreeable for, it could be less than $50 a piece. Cody and I measured things out. It would, 60 pieces would do it. Darren has some stone that he's trying to, it's got a slight, it's not imperfected, it's just it has a unique surface on it for traction. He's done a lot of sidewalks with them. Instead of being that perfectly glazed, smooth, but it's nothing that you'd catch your foot on. It's just, and he's trying to see if he's got enough stone face like that, plus stone that he's cut, that he could provide all 60 pieces. But he's willing to do it. He says, I probably could do it, but he says $50 a 3x4 chunk, but he says, I might be able to do better than that. So, but right now that's looking pretty much in line and in order, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping by the end of the summer to have it done.
Okay, good.
So,
Sonia gave me 140 in checks tonight, Donnie.
oh, so there's more. So more keeps, like today I had some come in and
We got it.
thank you, Deb.
Yep.
So it's, the fund is building, and I believe anything that we're gonna cover it, so that'll be great. So, but once we start getting done with all the craziness that all of us are dealing with right now, hopefully start to go in and start doing something with it, so, but, so when we've had some volunteers, like your brother offered and such not, so that's been great. So we'll hopefully get things going and make an improvement and go from there, so.
Thank you.
You got to have a work party or something. Put out the, if you have work parties, the week gets to just.
Put the word out?
Put some word out, please.
Okay.
There's your Rotary, I know.
I got people you can call.
I don't do that.
All right, thank you.
Is there anything else? Well, I guess I gotta say thank you, Dave, for having the facilities for this meeting. I thank you very much. And for the water at the tables.
Before you leave.
And the water, I'm gonna grab another water, because my throat is dry.
There's water, there's cookies, and there's popcorn.
Oh. And thank you very much, everybody.
Did they adjourn?
Do I have a motion to adjourn? Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Move, so move.